Ready for adventure? Oh no, here they come, the army of no's. Don't worry, you'll be ready, and you might even feel a little sorry for them. And I know all about the no's because when my son asked me to go on that 6-week camping road trip, the first thing I said was, no, I have never camped in my life. It was instant. I didn't even have to question it, which is called an autopilot no, which is something we all do all the time. So that first automatic no came with lots of other no's that followed from friends and family and for me. So I heard, sleeping on the ground is going to hurt. It's uncomfortable. What about snakes, bears, and scorpions? Is it safe to sleep in the middle of nowhere? And the one I really, really didn't like was you're too old. And I think I'm the one that said that one. But none of those reasons were true. And luckily, I had daily opportunities to practice being brave. And eventually I learned that wonderful truth that bravery overrides fear. And none of those fears were actually giving me good advice. So it takes a long time to get around to the point where you really are aware of all those fears talking in the back of your mind. And on that trip, I got to hear that every day, all day long. And it was a real wake-up call to me in how fear was really running my life and making decisions for me. So breaking fear actually just requires a conscious effort and a willingness to challenge that endless series of no's that are always want to give you advice that's often not in your best interest. And it's also important to know that fear has its reasons. It wants you to be safe, and that's great if there's true danger, but not when things are, when you want to change or you want to grow. Anything that's uncomfortable, fear does not like, and fear will instantly send in an army of no's to stop you with all kinds of reasons. And there's so many of them, it's hard to resist listening, and they're loud. And so over the years, we all get used to listening to those no's and automatically saying, oh, that's not safe. I don't like this. And that's what happened on my trip too. I'd say, this is I'm not used to drive down a road and pick a spot. Is this safe? Where are we going? Where's the itinerary? I had all sorts of things that made me uncomfortable. And every time I was uncomfortable, those no's would just have a field day with me. So anyway, what can you do about all those no's? And a lot of it comes down to awareness. So first of all is acknowledge that most often all those no's are fear, and they're playing a significant role in your decision-making process. So try saying, hello, fear, and taking a look at all those worried thoughts and doubts. And don't start with taking them seriously. Start with just looking at them. And then the next thing that's a good idea to do is identify where they're coming from. Where is all that fear? What's the reason for it? Is it rooted in your past experiences? Is it from society? Is it from your family? Is it just plain old self-doubt? Understanding that source can help you talk back to your fear with compassion and strength. Now, the next thing is question the fear-based signs. When you encounter fear, ask lots of questions. Is the fear true? Are you creating the fear? What is the fear trying to tell you? Ask yourself if it's genuinely warning you of a legitimate danger, which we've just talked about, or is it merely the fear of the unknown speaking? And then, there's nothing like those self-limiting ideas we all have about ourselves to stop what we want to do. And fear also loves that too. So things like, you're not ready, you're not good enough, will you look silly, unprofessional, will you embarrass yourself? Replace those ideas with positive words that support who you are. One idea, I'm ready, and if things for some reason don't work out the way I want, I'll learn and improve. It's a win-win situation no matter what happens. And then embrace the unknown. Remember that growth often occurs outside of your comfort zone. Everything that happens in the unknown future is a risk. You can't know the outcome. So look ahead with curiosity rather than trepidation. Understanding that life's experiences, even those accompanied by fear, can lead to self-discovery, and being proud of yourself just changes the whole scenario. It makes everything positive rather than worry and negative, it really puts you in control. I like to say it puts you in control of the driver's seat, like you're on your own road trip. And, you decide whether you want to listen to the fear or not. But again, most often that fear is not something worth listening to. And what also can sometimes happen is a feeling of regret, that once you realize that you've been listening to the no's, what have you missed out on? And I realized that on my trip, there's just so much that I've missed in life by just saying an automatic no. But it's never too late to go back and revisit those opportunities and even think about how to create new versions of them, or just say, wow, I just learned something. I don't have to repeat that again. Awareness is emotional growth. So embrace experience, not fear. And remember that life's journey is an evolving narrative shaped by all those experiences you choose to embrace. Interpreting life's opportunities with an open heart and mind and brave know-how means you can discover your true potential, your passion, your power, your strength, and your resilience. So consider now, what do you want to do? What no's could stop you? Will you let that happen? Can you already hear them calling? Remember that pushing past all the things that stops you feels great, because nothing feels better than being brave. And now is also a good time to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to know more about the joy of being brave. And also you can check out my website, Bravery Becomes You, braverybecomesyou.com, to subscribe to my newsletter for free tips. I wish I had free tips and strategies. So until next time, here's to your brave adventures. See you later.